Hello there, so today I am going to be bringing you on my Osaka adventure. If you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe. I have a few vlogs about Tokyo as well, so if you're interested in those, please be sure to check those out right after this video. So the first day is the day that we arrived in Osaka, and this is actually my first time going to Osaka. We went to Tokyo Station where we took the bullet train to Osaka. Tokyo Station is amazing. It's really large and it's just a labyrinth of just stores and food. So we decided that we were gonna get an Ekiben. For long journeys, salarymen actually take a box lunch and then they bring it with them on the train to eat. So we decided to go visit a local Ekiben shop that's relatively famous and pick one out for ourselves. And it was so relaxing to just eat our lunch while watching the train. It was actually quite a hurry, hustle and bustle to get onto the train on time.
I'm on the train right now and I have an Ekiben. I'm so excited to be eating this.
So once we got to Osaka, we put our luggage down and then we went to Dotonbori. And Dotonbori is a district known for its street food. And when you walk down the path, you'll see a lot of really giant comical storefronts. And everyone just looks like they're trying to outdo each other. Like there's a giant takoyaki ball, there's a giant crab, there's just giant storefronts everywhere.
The takoyaki song.
So we got pretty lost inside this neighborhood.
Giant crab!
Giant crab.
And we decided to get gyoza because I was really craving gyoza. We stumbled upon this restaurant and it was so good, just amazingly just awesome, and it was exactly what I needed after a long day of walking and traveling. So we had our gyoza and then we went back and called it a night. So day 2, we decided to just sort of stick around the neighborhood because we had been traveling quite a bit. So we went to the mall across the street from our hotel, and let me tell you, this mall was just amazing. It was so ginormous, there was so much food, and we stumbled across this Muji. And if you don't know what Muji is a goods store. They have a lot of different types of goods, like they have microwaves, lamps, store displays, just like everything. It's just a very amazing all-purpose store, and honestly I got so lost in this Muji. I was just walking around and it's huge. Like normally the Mujis we have in America are fairly small, but this Muji was massive. You can choose your aroma and then put it in this thing. It does smell good. I want this scent. So after getting lost in the Muji, I really wanted to grab some lunch, and for some reason I was really craving grilled meats. So we went to this place which had a lunch set, and it was so much fun because it had a grill right in front of you and it gave you all these different types of meats, and with little meat tags that showed you what part of the cow it's from and where the cow was sourced, and just like different parts of how you should eat it, which sauce it goes with. And overall it was just a really pleasant experience. The only thing is you have to remember that it is very smelly, so I wasn't anticipating that, and you know, it's totally worth it, but I definitely smelled like meat. After having lunch, we decided to go to Kyoto. I really wish that we went a little bit earlier in the day because I wanted to see so much more. But anyway, we took the train over to Kyoto and we went to Gion District, which is sort of an old district in Kyoto, and there were a lot of different temples, and that day the sky was just so beautiful. It was just so scenic and beautiful, and people were wearing kimonos and walking down the street, and it was just such a relaxing way to spend our day. Whoa, we found a garden. We got some ice cream at the top of the hill. Afterwards, I really wanted to recharge both my phone and myself mentally from all the walking. So we went inside this coffee shop, which serves tea and coffee. It's a new fusion type of drink. And so we just sat there to charge our phones and start a people watch and just relax for a little bit. So we're at a cafe and I'm drinking this premium tea coffee, which is like a special blend of tea inside coffee. So after we finished drinking coffee in the coffee shop, we decided to walk around in Kyoto a little bit more. So we went and we found this shrine, which is so beautiful. It was lit up with all these lanterns, and we just sort of walked around and explored a little bit. And then we took the train back to Osaka to our hotel. And at this point, we were feeling very hungry because the last meal we had was the grilled meat. So we got tempura. And the tempura was so amazing. They fry it right then and there, and then they place each piece in front of you right as they fry it. It is relatively slow. Not all the tempura comes out at once, so it's crispy and it's just perfect. And this is exactly what I wanted after a day of walking. So this is a day that we decided to go to Nara, but right before then, no trip to Osaka will be complete without trying takoyaki. Takoyaki is a sort of ball with an octopus in the middle, and it's really famous. So I decided that we had to go and try, and we found this famous takoyaki shop. And this place is really unique because they usually serve it with you with the sauce, but then this place is known for their soup base. So we got to try the takoyaki with the sauce and just plain as is, and it was just so good.
So excited! We're about to see the deer. Except we're always lost in the subway station.
And we took the train to Nara, and it was just such a beautiful day. And the moment we got to Nara, I just exploded. Like, I knew that the deer were just really overly friendly, but I was just so overwhelmed because I can't believe that they're actually so friendly. They come up to, and they just really are just really chill deers. Like, you can pet them, no probs, and they're just so happy to be there.
Hello!
Oh my god, that deer turned its face away when Aaron got close to him.
There's so many of them, and they're just all around.
Oh, he's feeling good. This guy's feeling good. I stopped. Okay, once we continue.
Oh, double pets. Double pets. It's confused. Of course, I got really up and close and personal with the deers. There are a few deers that were really nice to us, and there are a few deers that were a little bit feisty. You can buy these cookies to feed the deer, and normally when you have the cookies, they get kind of really aggressive. Like, they follow you, and sometimes they might like bite you, or they'll sort of like headbutt you trying to get the cookies. I think I've spent like $10 on cookies feeding all the deer.
They're gonna swarm. This is the same one that's been chasing you this whole time.
We have cookies and they're attacking us. This one's not bowing. It doesn't know how to bow yet. Another pro tip is that if you bow to them, they bow back at you. And if they're good, then you give them a cookie, but of course we just gave them the cookies. So by now we were getting a little bit hungry, and we went back to the train station where we went to go take a break, and we found this really amazing tea shop called Grancha, and they have green tea everything, but the tea was just so amazing. We got a kakegori, which is shaved ice, and it was by far the best shaved ice I've ever had. It was so fluffy and just delicious, and I'm just salivating just thinking about how amazing this was. I went to do a gachapon and test my luck and see if I would get something cool, and I got this really cool deer statue.
Oh, it's so cute.
And then because, you know, like desserts are always awesome, but not truly a full meal, we went and we got some udon. We went to this place that was just by the train station because it was convenient, but I was so surprised at how bouncy the noodles were.
Aaron already finished his udon.
Afterwards, we decided that we wanted to see the sunset at the park versus on a train, so we stayed for the sunset before returning back to Osaka.
So the sun just set, and we fed the deer, and we're about to take the train back to Osaka.
Then we took the train back to Osaka to go and have dinner. We went to an izakaya, and then we had a major loss in translation moment. We accidentally ordered chicken sashimi. We didn't realize it was sashimi, and we ended up eating it, and it was actually quite good. But yeah, we had a lot of different types of varieties of foods at the izakaya, and it was all so good. So on day 4, we decided to go secondhand shopping and to go to a local market. So first we went to Kuromon Market.
There's so much different types of food. Oh my god, we're gonna get this skewer.
And there's a lot of fresh seafood, a lot of fresh fruit. When you walk into the market, there's just so many different stalls and you can pick what you want. And we decided to go and try some dango. So we got some dango from one stall, which is so delicious. And then we wanted to try something that was grilled. We got grilled scallop in a shell and it was so good. It was so fresh. They grill it right then and there and it was just so amazing. And afterwards, we decided to walk around and we went back to the Namba district. We had been eating an insane amount of fried food and I just wanted a little bit of sushi. So we went inside Sushi Zanmai, which is sort of like a chain sushi store, but it was so good, exactly what I needed at that moment. And we decided to shop around a little bit more. This place was an iPhone case store and they had a lot of really unique iPhone cases, like straps and everything. There were a lot of vintage secondhand stores as well. So we just wanted to walk around the area. We forgot our passports, so unfortunately we didn't actually end up buying anything. We went to the streetwear store called LHP where they had a lot of really interesting shirts and t-shirts, just a lot of like streetwear hype stuff. And then I wanted to go get a bucket hat, so went to this hat store.
We're at a hat store. Trying on some hats. Pet me. Is it soft?
It's very soft.
It's soft. Should I get it?
If you like it.
I don't know if I like it. It's a little big.
The store was actually really cool. It was very minimal looking and everything had a really cool cut. But the store was mostly for men, so Aaron had a good look around the store.
We've been shopping all day. Everyone's really into Clockwork Orange right now. I don't know why.
And then we went to a bunch of secondhand stores. I loved all the secondhand stores in Osaka. You really get more unique finds than in Tokyo. I feel like the items you find in Tokyo are a little bit trendier, but the style in Osaka is a little bit more unique in my opinion. So we went to a bunch of secondhand stores. This one was a streetwear store and had a lot of really cool t-shirts and like used streetwear stuff that, you know, is very popular in the States. The stores are actually really clean. It doesn't really feel like a secondhand store. It kind of feels like you're going through a department store almost. And this one had a large assortment of all types of clothes. Like they had a lot of vintage Levi's, hysteric glamour, had a lot of different styles in this store, and the prices were really, really affordable. And this style was more in the very chic style. This one's a little bit more retro aesthetics and a lot of plaids and just really cute Americana style almost. But this store definitely had more of a retro vintage look and everything was just so cute. I saw a lot of cute bows and other stuff. And at this point, we were so hungry and tired and dehydrated. And so we were really lucky and we just walked into Graham Pancake and there was absolutely no wait for their souffle pancake. So we got 2 pancakes. We got their original souffle pancake and then this fruit one. And they were both so amazing, completely lived up to my standards.
So we just got back from shopping. We walked over 20,000 steps and my feet are so dead right now. And we didn't really buy anything because we kind of forgot our passports. And if you don't bring your passport, you don't get tax refund. We saw a lot of really cool vintage shops and we saw a lot of like handmade goods, which is really cool. Right now, I'm back at the hotel room and tomorrow we're gonna go to the aquarium. So it's gonna be a lot of walking again. So I think we're just gonna go get kombini dinner, which is actually really awesome. I said I wanna get something healthy and I'm just gonna get like 10 onigiris. Yeah, I'm really excited to go and have dinner and I'm so tired. I'm about to die right now.
So at the end of the day, I was so tired that we just ended up going to a convenience store, but then we ended up going to like 2 convenience stores and a McDonald's for dinner. Whatever, I had a lot of fun choosing all my food. And so the last day we decided to go to the Osaka Aquarium, and the aquarium is really famous here. First we went through the train station and we stopped for an apple pie. Honestly, I wasn't planning on eating this apple pie, but when we walked past, it smelled so good and I'm so glad we stopped.
Pineapple pie, now I'm so hungry.
And then we ended up taking the train to the Osaka Aquarium.
Exiting to the aquarium. Oh, it's so cute. Let's go.
Before we went to the aquarium, we stopped to get some food. This little area is actually really famous because it houses like the sort of best of Osaka foods. That's right next to the aquarium. It's super convenient if you want to try a large variety of foods, but you don't have time to hit up every store. So the first shop we went to was this omu rice place, and they claim that this place invented omu rice, and I have to say that this omu rice was so unique. It's a lot less sweet and a lot more savory. And the next place we went to is this really famous Michelin starred takoyaki shop, and the takoyaki was so good, again served without the sauce and just the broth. So once we were fed, we decided to walk on over to the aquarium. We got our tickets and then we hurriedly went through all the exhibitions. And the aquarium's actually really interesting because it's sort of like a one-way walk-through system. So if you really want to see something, don't leave the area because it's kind of hard to return and go backwards in the aquarium. You kind of have to walk through the whole thing over again. And so we really liked looking at the penguins. Like there was just one penguin that's just sitting underneath the ice, not moving, just really just chilling, which was kind of strange. And there was another penguin that kept walking back and forth trying to jump into the water, but he was too scared. And then there are also capybaras, which are one of my favorite animals. And the best thing is to come during feeding time because there are these shows and they're actually really great at the shows. Like you get a full 360 view. And so as we progress more to the aquarium, it's just like 5 levels of fish and it's amazing. Like everywhere you turn, it's just fish everywhere. And it was one of the craziest, most amazing aquarium experiences I've ever seen. But of course, the real reason why I came to the aquarium is because I'm a really big fan of this really fat seal. And I know you're like, how cute can a fat seal be? Well, let me tell you, this seal is just so cute. Oh my gosh, I'm like losing my marbles just looking at the footage because the seal is just adorable. I can't even explain how they got the seal to be so flippin' cute. And the seals actually know when it's feeding time. And yeah, you see that seal is just chilling because it knows that when that door opens that there's gonna be food coming right out straight to his mouth. So seal is kind of just like making everyone's job a little bit harder by just not moving and just chilling, chillaxing. All right, and now the trainers are here and they're about to feed the seals, and oh my gosh, look at them waddle over. And as they're feeding the seals, they also kind of like look at their bodies to make sure that they're healthy, and they have a few tricks that they can do, which involves them like literally just patting their fat bodies around. And oh my gosh, it's so cute. Oh my god, I'm losing it. I am losing it because the seals are just so cute. And feeding time is over, but the seal just wouldn't leave. Like, it was hilarious. Like, the trainers were trying to push the seal aside, and the seal's just like, nope, I'm gonna sit here because maybe there's gonna be more food. But the seal is actually really famous. You can get plushies of the seal. And yeah, the seal just doesn't want to move. Right after we saw the seals, we were like, oh my gosh, it's sunset, so let's go on the Ferris wheel. And when you buy your ticket, you can buy this ticket with the Ferris wheel, which I highly recommend because we went during sunset and it was beautiful. It's like a 15-minute Ferris wheel and it's just so beautiful, and you get to see the sunset looking out into Osaka, and just amazing. I really recommend doing the Ferris wheel, even though I am a little bit scared of heights, but I felt really safe in this one.
Isn't it pretty? Wow. It's so pretty.
After all of that, we went back to the food street where we went and we got Yaki soba and we grilled it on this hot plate. And I really didn't know that soba could taste so good. Like, the soba was just amazing. Like, one of the best things I ate. And we got gyoza and okonomiyaki as well, and that ended up being our dinner. So after this, we actually went back to Tokyo. And if you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to check out the other parts of this series where I take you along my Tokyo adventures. It's so much fun, and I'll see you next time. Bye!